A bad girl and your friends bad too. Ooh, you got the swag, so she drippin' swag goo. You a bad.
So today's video, I'm going to discuss some of the problems with UNIF and the brand and some of the things that have been going on with it. But if you're new here, my name is Kyle. Welcome to my channel. You should probably go follow me on Instagram. Also go check out my depop in case you like something. If you need some new music, I got you. Check out my SoundCloud. Also, can't believe I'm saying it, go check out my TikTok. I'm probably going to try to attempt to make an outfit TikTok today. I don't know, we'll get into it. Let's get into the video. So the first thing I want to go over with UNIF is kind of my history with UNIF. I really got into UNIF like the past year. I really like their clothes, but I've never bought anything from them. I still haven't bought anything from them. I do have one piece of UNIF clothing, and it's this shirt, and I got it from Depop for $30, and even that was like pushing my wallet a little bit. Basically, UNIF is a Los Angeles brand made, founded by an ex-DJ. His name is Eric Espinoza, and he's a designer and like creator of UNIF. And UNIF stands for You're Not in Fashion, and basically Eric made this as an alternative way for women to dress instead of dressing whatever is not considered alternative. I personally describe my style as an alternative way of dressing, but I think a lot of millennials and girls dress the way that I do, and I don't think it's like, I feel like it's really mainstream already, and I don't really see like a difference because a lot of people dress this way. So the brand UNIF is basically really heavily inspired by 90s and Y2K aesthetics, and like the designs of the clothing, a lot of like flared out jeans, not like high-waisted, why did I say high-waisted, like low-waisted, like totally 2000s Britney Spears, really cute, really tiny clothing for tiny people. And every shoe is pretty much platform Mary Janes. They're fuzzy, a lot of bags, mini backpacks, etc. Basically everything you probably would have seen in like the 2000s growing up. But I just always found the brand really cute. So this video is really inspired by Trollfunk's video, because that's like the only thing I could find talking about UNIF and the problems of UNIF. I didn't even know UNIF had problems, and I was like, girl, like, why do you have problems? Like, let's fix those problems. But I don't know if we can fix these. I don't even know if some of them are real at this point, because there's really nothing to go off of. I watched Trollfunk's video. Again, this is entirely inspired by her, and I just wanted to put in my 2 cents on this because I'm going to school for fashion. I'm minoring in fashion merchandising and marketing, and I thought I'd take some of the things I learned from it and apply it to like actual brands and companies. So like, the more I was looking into the UNIF, the more questions I had, because I still couldn't find anything. I found this person on Reddit, and she was saying the same thing that I'm pretty much saying, that she only saw like Trollfunk's like YouTube video, but she just seems like really like upset about how UNIF is like going about their business, and there's nothing really critical talking about UNIF. And she says that they don't practice ethical manufacturing because now all their clothes are outsourced in China, and it's essentially AliExpress quality. It's essentially a fast fashion brand using greenwashing to portray a sustainable image. And I was like, that's really big allegations to make. Also super convenient. You can't leave reviews about items purchased, and don't even talk to me about @Sid. I'm gonna say that 4 as an A, so bear with me. @Sidnesty, their designer / influencer. Trollfunk's exposed on how she is, and but yeah, someone's linking some posts. Okay, basically they want to find out more about UNIF. I'm not really sure where they got the practice ethical manufacturing, probably from Trollfunk's video. I watched Trollfunk's video about 4 weeks back, so it's kind of like in the back of my head, but I wanted to do my own research about it, and let me tell you, it's kind of interesting how this brand doesn't really have a lot of reviews on it. Like, you see a lot of hauls on YouTube, and the only critical video is Trollfunk's. So that kind of gives me red flag warnings, but then again, it could just mean they're a good brand. but then again, these reviews seem to say otherwise. So basically, the first thing that people say about UNIF is the price. So this Reddit user is saying it's pretty much AliExpress quality. I found some reviews about like some orders, and this is what they have to say about it. Most of their reviews are like 2 stars. I thought this was a funny one because it says UNIF clothing product question/concern. They gave this 2-star rating, and it says the dial tone went into sound similar to the dial-up screeches from a 90s computer. This happened twice when I called in the past few minutes. If I can say, at least they stuck to their aesthetic and they really went the extra mile and put the 90s screeching computer sound in. Like, okay, aesthetic cannot be beat, I'll give them that. Their prices are kind of crazy. I wouldn't say like crazy, but for me it's pretty crazy. I'm a broke college student and I don't have $128 to be buying bubble platforms. And if you just look at the picture, like, I don't know, it does look pretty cheap, at least the straps. It might just be the lighting, but I just think these are adorable. They're completely like brat shoes, but I think they're cute. And this brings us into the next problem, which is like their ethics and how they manufacture their products. Some of their items I noticed say that they're made, like this one, the Dream Alien Baby Tee, it's made in LA, which I think it's cool. And then the bubble platforms says they're imported, and I learned that most of the time when companies say imported, it's just a better way of saying it's made in China or made in another country that doesn't have the best ethical practices. So to like gloss over it, they'll say imported, but like, we know you're probably making it in China. Just because a brand is making something in LA doesn't necessarily mean it's up to par, because we still do have problems. It might not be living wages, the work conditions might not be good. Just because it's in the US doesn't always mean it's better. It's probably a little bit better than saying we're gonna switch up in China because you can get in trouble here. I'm pretty sure you can get in trouble in China too, but here it's a pretty serious offense, and there's just a bunch of laws just trying to like manufacture here and to create stuff here, hence why we don't have a lot of brands in here. Also, a small reason why American Apparel went out of business. Rest in peace, American Apparel. I believe now they're like Los Angeles Apparel. I don't know about that, but besides the point. So I really couldn't find anything about their supply chain or about like anything about their manufacturing, which is really sus. It's really suspicious. And like, I'm like, so the next problem that a lot of people say that they have with UNIF is their sizing. So if you look at UNIF's so incredibly diverse models on their website, they're all at least like 6'9". They're all at least 5'7" and above, and they're wearing platforms, and they're super thin. And like, I understand the concept of wanting to show the sample size or the sample clothing of items, because apparently in the fashion industry it makes it look better if an item is like on a slender and taller figure, just like a mannequin. But like, I don't know, I'd rather see it on an actual person that kind of looks like me, or like different sizes, just so I know like I can actually wear this. But most of them are pretty slim and pretty tall. There's nothing wrong with being slim or tall. I'm just saying, just as a consumer and as a buyer, we want to buy this, and it's kind of hard to like, it's hard for me to like see myself in it, but I just got used to it over time. So I just wanted to show this one from someone who ordered from UNIF. It says, I purchased a skirt from the UNIF website about a month ago. It has only arrived today. However, I purchased this as they stated the sizing in the conversion chart on the website. I decided to order the item larger than necessary to ensure a comfortable fit. However, their size conversions are way off. The sizes they have listed is large. The sizes they have listed is large. It's supposed to fit a 14 to 16 size in Australia. However, as a size 12 woman, you can imagine my disappointment when an item supposedly designed to fit women 2 sizes larger than myself didn't fit. I honestly thought that UNIF, a hip clothing brand, would be accurately representing their sizes on their size charts to fit standard sized women rather than catering to only the petite market. I can't imagine a size 14 to 16 women being even close to fitting into the clothes when a smaller woman can't even fit into a larger size. So this is the part where I have a problem with, is if UNIF, a lot of brands do this though, it's not just UNIF, and like it also has to do with obviously size conversions, because US sizing is different than UK sizing, is different than Australian sizing apparently, and the thing is we all do come in different sizes. And I just thought about it, like if this is too small for her, it just kind of remind me of like Asian sizing, that like a lot of times when you order from Asian websites or apps like Alibaba or Wish, their sizes are normally 2 times smaller than what we would wear. So if I wear a large in a shirt and I get like a large shirt from Wish, it's going to be 2 times smaller. So it's essentially going to be a small, and it's probably not going to fit. I think exclusively just like taking out people who aren't petite and who aren't slender and small, which I did notice with the influencers that I chose, is that they're all pretty slender. I don't know if Satan Anthony wears any official apparel from UNIF, but I'm pretty sure he has some shoes maybe. I know iGirl, she's super slender. I think she's pretty tall. Digital Girl, she's pretty petite. But my point is that we now, this is how like they get into our heads and thinking that we're only going to be able to achieve this standard of beauty, because I think that these people are so cool and I want to have UNIF too, but I can't really fit in their sizing. Why doesn't anything fit? And it's just this psychological thing that the fashion industry does and is apparent in a lot of the brands, and I think a lot of people are starting to realize that. But it is kind of scary how there isn't a lot of other people talking about UNIF, and believe me, I love their clothes. They're so cute, and I would have loved to be sponsored by UNIF or get their PR packages, but I don't think that's gonna happen now. And you know what? I'm kind of fine with that, because I'd rather speak up about brands like this that aren't very inclusive to people, and especially the alternative fashion community. I feel like for a while was made fun of. Like when I was younger, I'd be made fun of because I wore vintage clothing from thrift stores that were like from the 60s or from the 50s, and like I'd get bullied for it a lot in middle school. And I think it's just so funny that like people now think it's just like so trendy and so cute, and now all of a sudden people want like retro stuff, Y2K stuff, and like it's really weird. It's really weird to me. So I just think that this is a lot of issues in one brand, but not just exclusive to this one brand. It's a fashion industry thing, and then it branches out to like a societal thing. So now we're gonna get into the next problem, which is UNIF copying, which I'm sure you're probably aware of now if you watch Trollfunk's video. So basically Trollfunk shows this Instagram page called UNIF Copied, and basically show the original like dead stock 90s Y2K apparel and compare it to like design pieces from like UNIF and stuff. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that like they're able to do this, but at the same time I see how they can do this. They can do this because you only have to like tweak, I believe like 15% was the last thing that I heard from school, that was only 15% to say like it's original and yours, and you don't really have to like provide anything else for it. It's just weird how the fashion industry works, and I think this is a lot of reflection on how we can improve the fashion industry. and just like protecting intellectual property, which is a big thing in any form of art, in music, and obviously visual arts, and in fashion. I wanted to mention their designer influencer, according to that Reddit page, and I think according to Trollfunk, Sidnesty. So this is her Instagram, and I was looking through her pictures and stuff and totally see everything where she's getting it from. It's pretty cute. I like her posts and stuff, but I guess they have people have a real problem because she's kind of the designer and influencer right now, and she's basically the face of UNIF. And basically, I guess it can be comparable to like their spokesperson. So I think she has a lot on her shoulders, and for her to say that she designed these apparel items is kind of crazy. I found this one on Depop. It's this seller, and she says, every time UNIF comes out with a new design, I curiously find it in my closet. This is the original little black dress by Cash in the 90s that UNIF copied exactly. Perfect condition, so well constructed, cute little white daisies all over, in super form-fitting style with stretchy but clingy fabric. Made in the USA, fits small to medium. I might actually buy this dress, but it seems like it's sold. But this is just one of the dresses that UNIF designed, and I think it's really sad that they can't come up with their own designs, or they're too lazy to come up with their designs. I wanted to show this tweet, and this person says, literally UNIF's whole business model just going through these catalogs, making carbon copies of everything and selling them for quadruple the price. So this looks like a shoe catalog from like the 90s, and this, like, that, I don't know if y'all can see this, but it'll be here. I'm pretending like I'm pointing at something, but this shoe literally looks like their shoes. I'm telling you, anything UNIF platforms, it's just a go-to right now. These are so cute. Like, these shoes are just adorable. You can really see, just like, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can see this, but like the flames one, I think they had a shoe like that. It might be Dolls Kill, which is another video, but I think they have the flames one. I'm gonna have to look for it on UNIF and put it there somewhere if I find it. If it's not here, then I probably didn't find it. So obviously there is a lot of problems with UNIF. I feel like the biggest problem is them copying, because that's the problem that has obviously the most evidence, but it does seem like they aren't probably practicing ethical ways of manufacturing or supplying. I really don't know how their supply chain is. If I could like see their supply chain and see how this works, because I literally did a project on this for my final this semester, and I really want to see how, where, what, why, if they have what kind of like lengths do they go to ensure quality control and have people sent to the manufacturing buildings and stuff, and like see who oversees this, because I'm pretty sure this dude ex-DJ Eric, I'm pretty sure he wants to support the alternative fashion community, but once like money gets in the way of stuff, I feel like that completely goes out the window. But I don't want this to be a negative video. I know I just said like a bunch of negative things about this brand, but I feel like at the end of the day, UNIF will still be around. You know, nothing's canceled. I feel like people will still support UNIF. I feel like UNIF will still be a very strong staple in the alternative fashion community, just because of how cute their items are, and also because of the influencers. Like, social media and all this stuff just plays a very big role in how we perceive things, and I know a lot of people will not talk about their favorite brand's problems, and honestly it's hard for me to talk about UNIF in this way because I really like their clothing, but just being aware of how they practice and stuff, I probably won't be buying from them. You know, I still just have that one shirt, and like I guess like but I probably won't be buying from them from their website. If I do buy from UNIF, it's gonna be from Depop. But even then, I feel weird because like I'm representing a brand or I'm wearing a brand that I don't necessarily agree with their practices, you know? I feel like the more UNIF keeps this stuff hidden and is not transparent at all, I feel like as consumers we're going to be more interested in what they do behind everything, you know. That's just me. And I feel like our generation, my generation, I know I said ours, maybe you're a millennial too, what's up? I feel like the millennial generation is becoming very aware of business practices, and because most of us are becoming entrepreneurs ourselves, and to make it in the fashion industry, it's the first thing that they've told us since I started taking my fashion classes is that if you're not sustainable, if you're not ethical, if you're not transparent, if you're not speaking up about social issues, then like you're kind of going to be swept under the rug. But the thing is with UNIF is that they're already established brand, and it's a lot harder for smaller brands, up and coming brands, self-startups to really progress. Especially, it's the end of this video, and I hope that was kind of informative. I know I really didn't like have as much receipts. I feel like now I'm really more aware of how and what UNIF is. These are just things that are really important to me, and alternative fashion is super important to me because it's kind of the way of life. I'm not like other girls, but okay, I'm tired. I'm gonna try to film a TikTok, so like, who is she? I don't know. So I'll see you in the next video. If you're not in fashion,